Hello everybody and welcome to the Dream Team Hangout. It's good to see you all here. We've got some fabulous people lined up for you today, and I just want to welcome our fabulous guests. Hopefully we're going to have some real fun tonight with telling you a little bit about DS domination and what you can expect from the Dream Team. So we've got a bit of an international flair. As you can tell, I'm from the UK, or you might not be able to tell because when I was in Dallas event, people were asking if I was from Maine. So, not quite sure, but still. So, I'd like to introduce you to some of our fabulous panellists tonight. We've got Alexis down there at the end, and Gayle. We've got Sherri and Little One as well, and Skip, and we've got Charlie as well. So, hi guys.
Hi.
So, we're going to start with you, Alexis. Let's get you unmuted. Would you mind telling us a little bit about what you do when not listing on eBay?
Well, I'm a mother of five, under five. So, my days are quite busy. And my husband is active duty military. So pretty much I'm taking care of the house and the kids all day long. And, I still have time for DSD during nap time at night. And, those little times in between that the kids are getting along.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as a parent myself, I know how that can be. It can be so hard. So, so obviously you've come to DS. How about you tell people, because there might be somebody out there watching that hasn't actually come across DS before. Maybe they're watching this for the first time. Would you mind telling people what DS is?
DS is basically a way to make money without putting in a lot of work. So if you like to shop on someone else's money, it's a pretty good system, if you ask me.
Well, yes. If I got to shop on somebody else's card, then that would be awesome. So how long have you been with DS then, and how are you finding it? How did you come to DS? What's your story?
Another military spouse had posted in a Facebook group, so I answered, and at first, I thought this couldn't be real, and she answered probably a bazillion questions for me, and finally I decided, me and my husband, we said, okay, well, for $20, we'll just do it for a month. If nothing comes out of it, then, it wasn't that much. It'll just be, chalk it up for a loss. Within the first, I want to say, week, I had 4 sales. So it basically paid me back my $20. And within that first month, I had a good 25 sales. So I was making profit within that first month of just, copying and pasting a few things from Amazon over to eBay.
That's brilliant. You must have been so chuffed.
Yeah, for a mom that was going from, just being a housewife to being able to pay for the diapers within the first month, it was ecstatic.
That is amazing. You should feel really proud of that. Really chuffed. And presumably you've enjoyed it, because otherwise you wouldn't still be here.
Yeah, I do. It's something that, gives us a little bit of extra money here and there to be able to take the kids out and do things and, order pizzas here and there and those different kinds of things.
Takes the strain off of...
Yes, it does take the strain off of him.
Yeah, and it just means that when the kids come to you and say, Mummy, can I have? You don't have to automatically say no because we can't afford that.
Correct.
Which I know that I found with my children, one of the things that I hated about having, a low income or, being on benefits, because my story, in case, nobody knows my story, is I was a single mother sitting on benefits. Well, not sitting, because I was, doing my hardest to find something. In the UK, and this came across my desk, and in the UK it cost us £12.50, $19.99. It's the price of a pizza and a beer. And, you know, you just have to do something because you get sick to death of saying to your kids, no, you can't have this, we can't afford it. I hated saying that. I really hated saying that. So yeah, I completely agree that it's nice to have something coming in. And, you know, I mean, you've got 5 kids. I mean, 4 of them are quads. I mean, that's tough. You know, to be able to run a business around, you know, that sort of, you know, intensive. You know, I mean, people say, "Oh, I'm just a mother," you know, and it's, yeah, you mean a cook, a cleaner, a therapist, you know, everything else, you know, chief cook and bottle washer, you know, to run, you know, a business around that. Do you think that you'd be able to do that with anything else? Do you think you'd be able to go out to work full time without having to, you know, it's crazy, isn't it?
I wouldn't have been able to go ahead and return to work until, you know, my children were in school full time, because, you know, the cost of childcare. To get and put 5 kids in childcare it wouldn't have been worth me going out and working, other than, you know, being more stressed out because I wasn't getting anything done throughout the day.
Yeah,
Here at
you
home.
don't have your children to hand them over to somebody else, do you? So presumably your DS business has allowed you to
Yes.
sit, you know, to sit with your children, to look after your children, care for them, but yet still put food on the table and, you know, nappies on backsides, which, you know, which is fabulous. I think that's a brilliant thing. So, you know, a round of applause for Alexis there. And you said that you were military as well, which means that presumably you're not in the same place for long.
No. Sometimes our last place we were only at for a year.
So this business can pick up and go with you. So if you had a traditional shop, for instance, then that meant, what, closing down the shop every 2 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah, so this gives you the freedom to move around, which is brilliant.
Yes, and I can make, like, I can make any hours that I want. So, you know,
Brilliant.
that works.
Fabulous. Well, we're going to move on to Gayle now. Gayle, my friend, how are you doing over there? You've got to unmic your mute, love.
Okay.
There you
Let's
go.
try this over. I'm excited to be here. So excited you can't even hear me.
Oh, we're excited to have you. So tell me, Gayle, how long have you been with DS then?
I know I was adding it up this morning. I've been on DSD. I joined 10 months ago, and I guess I joined on the slowest month of the year. It was in August, and it was 3 weeks before I had my first sale. Actually, it was my daughter's birthday, so I'll forever remember it. But yeah, it just kind of like went up from there. I got to back up a little bit. And about 7 years ago, I think it was about 7 years ago, I got laid off from my government job, and I started to think about what I can do at home. You know, what I can do so I don't have to go back into the workforce. And I love books. Someone said, you know, I read somewhere, do what you love. I love books, so I thought I would sell books on eBay. So I would go to garage sales, yard sales, bookstores, you know, used bookstores, whatever, wherever I could, wherever I saw there were sales, and I would get books, and I would try to sell them on eBay. I didn't really know what I was doing. I actually also tried to sell them on Amazon, and I did sell a few, but I would hardly make even $100 a month. It was so frustrating. It was just, like I said, I didn't know what I was doing. A lot of times I would lose money. But besides that, I had this huge inventory. My house, I had one room, and it was a big room. It was filled with stuff that I had purchased to sell. And of course, people, once they hear I'm selling, oh, here, you know, here's my garage sale stuff, you know, sell it for me. And it's just like, but anyway, it was very hard. Because you have to take pictures, you have to, you know, fill out the, you know, description, figure out what you're doing, try to figure out the price, and then when it sells, you have all the shipping, you have to package it and ship it and pay for that, of course. So I didn't really get anywhere, and then a Facebook friend of mine sent me this information on de-domination, and the word turned me off. I thought, domination, is this some sort of political thing or what? You know,
we get that a lot.
I think the name is a little kind of daunting for some people. But anyway, I had her send me information. You know, I put in my email, I guess, and they sent me the information. And I have to tell you, even before I lost my government job, probably for a good 20, 25 years, I have been looking for something to do. And I have been involved in quite a few online marketing companies selling stuff, selling product, actual, creams and lotions and vitamins, all that stuff. I did that. But the only way you can make money is if you get other people to join, or you sold a lot of product, and I'm not good at either of that. So I did not do well at all, and I just struggled. So when DS Domination came, I knew it was a good thing. I almost, because I recognized it. I recognized it for the opportunity that it was, because I had been looking for quite a while, and it almost seemed too good to be true. $19.95 to join, and it's your own company you're starting. And you don't have to give them any % of your profit and all that. I mean, I'm just like, what? I don't have to buy stuff. I don't have to have my house filled up with stuff, and I don't have to sell anybody. So I cautiously joined without telling my husband, because, he'd probably think, once again, what is she doing? But I thought, then again, $19.95. How can I, we spend more than that going out to eat. So how could I, lose? I thought I'll try it for at least a month. And I tell you, once I started, I was hooked. It was hard work. I can't say it's not something that, you get in and you make a ton of money real quick. But it slowly trickles in. You get that first sale, and it's like, oh my God, this really works. This really works.
Do you remember your first sale?
Oh my God. And it was just like, and like I said, it's fun. I sit here at home, in my grubbies with my cup of coffee, and I have my big window here next to me, and I can see the world. I can come and go as I want. Nobody's telling me when I have to be where and what to wear and how much I can make. The ceiling's the limit with this. This is crazy. This business, like I did say, it's not something you get rich real quick, but if you want something where there's no ceiling, and you want to make as much as it corresponds with how much you work. Okay, of course. You put in the work, and you're going to make it. There are people here, kids, and I say kids, they're in their 20s. To me, they're kids, and they're millionaires. It's insane. But they did work for it. They learned the system. They did the training. They put in the time, and it's paying off. It's just the opportunity and the potential is just limitless. It's just insane. I've never seen a company like this ever. There's just so much. It's so big, and there's so much I could go on and on. It's hard to stop me, because I just am so excited.
With us, the people out there might be in internet land, might be watching this and saying, well, how am I supposed to find these items? And she's talking about how she couldn't sell books, so why would this be any different? Can you share with us a little bit, maybe some of the weird and wonderful stuff that you might have sold? Because I'm sure we've all got a story about the weirdest thing we've ever sold. So what was the strangest thing you've ever sold?
That's hard, because that's one of the things that they do train you is what to sell, what not to sell, what works, what won't work. But what to sell, it's like I get asked that all the time, and I don't know what to say. It's just like, you name it, anything and everything.
You must have sold something very odd in your time. What was the weirdest thing you've ever sold? And you thought to yourself, why? Why would you buy this?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I sold something that's called a Tinkle Turf. I thought that was the funniest name. Tinkle Turf for dogs. That was the one thing that I thought that was kind of weird.
You have to fill us in on that one now. What the heck is a Tinkle Turf?
It's artificial grass for your dogs if they can't go outside, and you can take it with you traveling or whatever. It's like, it depends on the size of the dog, but it's artificial grass inside this tray, and they go tinkle in it, I guess.
So you're trying to tell people out there that you are making money on essentially dog toilets.
Dog toilet, yep, exactly. Yep.
So if you can make money with a dog toilet, presumably.
I did, and I did very well with that too.
Wait, everybody go list dog toilets. Thank you for that, Gayle. That's hilarious. Sherri, my love, sitting there with that gorgeous little one on your knee. Now, if that isn't an advert for you can do this with the children sitting on your knee, I don't know. Because, look, you can do it. She's right there.
I am.
Hi, tell us a little bit about you and gorgeous little miss there.
Well, my story is I was looking for something that I could do from home because I'm one of those parents who doesn't like to send their kids to a daycare or trust anybody to watch my kids. So I started looking into something I could do from home, and I got really discouraged because a lot of the things that I found, you had to pay a lot of money to get into, and then you had to promote these things to your friends and your family and beg them to buy, you know, candles or makeup or whatever. And I didn't really want to do that. That didn't sound appealing to me. Or you had to host parties, and with my kids, it's like, how am I going to host, you know, a bunch of parties with my kids? But I was kind of like Alexis, and I was in a yard sale page, just going through there, checking out all the stuff for sale, and I saw this lady, Christy. She had posted something about she was working from home, and it was really amazing. And I thought, okay. So I sent her a message, and I was asking her all kinds of questions, and I thought, this is really cool. And that's, you know, the answer I get from a lot of people when I tell them about this is, why didn't I think of this before? This is so simple. You're just selling things from Amazon. You know, it was like a no-brainer. I was like, why couldn't I have thought of that on my own? So
I'm sure we all had that thought.
Yeah, I was like, how did I not think of this myself? But anyway, so the more I talked to Christine, it took me about a week because I was skeptical, and you know, there are lots of scams out there, and you know, I was nervous about putting my credit card online for something that I'd never heard of before. But I thought, you know, I'm just gonna go for it. It's $20. If I lose $20, oh well. I didn't go out to eat with that $20, so that's probably even better. So I signed up, and I've been with DSD for just over 6 months now. I got my first sale about a week and a half into selling, and the first thing.
Do you remember what your first sale was? Do you remember?
Yes, I do, and it was so funny because I listed it, and my husband told me, "You're never gonna sell that. Nobody's gonna buy this thing." And it was this little red guy, and it was a bottle stopper for wine bottles, and it sold, and I was just so excited. I was like, "Yes, it sold!" And he was like, "Who in the world?" My husband was he was shocked. He didn't think it would sell. But it did, and about a week and a half, I had 2 sales within a week and a half, and I had made my $20 back, and I was hooked. And
you made it back on bottle stoppers then, on wine bottle stoppers.
Yeah, I didn't. You know, and I sold all kinds of things that I just never, you know, you wouldn't think people would want.
So do you find, as a busy mum then, do you find that does it take a lot of your time up? Because obviously you've got your hands full there. I mean, she's gorgeous, but you know, we all know that it's a heck of a lot of work. So have you found that it's really taken, you know, too much of your time up?
Not at all. I honestly spend most of my day hanging out with my kids. I spend maybe an hour to 2 hours, and that's not a solid hour to 2 hours because she would not have that. Not a chance. So I just jump on, you know, 10, 15, 20 minutes here and there throughout the day, list some things for sale, fulfill orders, talk to people about the business, and that's about it. And I didn't even work the last 3 days, and I still made money. So
you're saying about talking to people now. Now, there's something that I know about DS is that you don't have to recruit in order to make money, which makes it kind of weird in the online world, doesn't it? Because you don't have to build a team if you don't want to.
Right.
You know, you don't have to spend all day pestering your friends.
I didn't recruit anyone for the first 2-3 months, but people started asking what I was doing. And so I'd kind of tell them, and they were like, oh, that's really neat, so how do I get started? And they would be asking me all kinds of questions. So finally I decided, well, I'm just going to become an affiliate. And so I signed up a couple friends, and I loved it. I thought it was fun. I loved helping them and seeing them get as excited as I was with every sale. And so it just grew from there, and I started adding more people to our team. And it's fun. It's fun talking to people, and, you know, I've had many people tell me that they're so thankful that I told them about the business, that it's helped their family financially. It's helped, you know, it's even helped my family.
And you don't get people who you've sold a bottle of shampoo to or what have you coming back and saying, you changed my life. I mean, it could be really, don't get me wrong, it could be really awesome shampoo, but
yeah.
It's, you know, hair, you know, the Aussie slogan of, you know, great hair isn't everything, but it's a good place to start. But it's not, you know, let's face it, it's not life-changing. But it's nice to know that you can introduce people, if you want to something that really can change your life. And like you said, you've got time to play with your kids. You don't have to send them to daycare, which is brilliant.
Yes, I love that I don't have to.
Gorgeous. I'm going to have to come in there and steal your baby. She's so gorgeous. Thank you, Sherri. How about you, Skip? We haven't put you in a dress or anything. Have you noticed this? We thought tonight we were going to have an all-girl panel, and then we got Skip and Charlie, and we thought, well, they're just going to have to wear dresses because we can't change the advert now. They're just going to have to wear dresses. So, so how about you, Skip? Then, how did you're in sunny Texas? I'm assuming it's sunny now.
It is. Yes.
We had the big DSD event in your beautiful state a few weeks ago, didn't we?
Right.
It was a fabulous event, by the way. We do have a yearly event, which is awesome. Do not go drinking with the Dream Team boys, though, because whew, they're party animals. We're party animals over here at the Dream Team. But you said, you were telling me earlier that you came to DS and you fit it round another business. So this isn't just a stay-at-home mum thing, is it? And you don't have to wear a dress.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Yeah, I own a retail store that sells water, actually, just plain water.
I was like, did you get much demand for that while we were having the little rain issue in Texas?
No, that slows it down a little bit because people don't like getting out in the rain. But yeah, I've been doing that for 20 years, and I'm in a strip mall and just having a blast. But I have a lot of downtime between customers because I've got rush times, like around lunchtime and then after work and everything, because it's more of a commodity pickup deal. So I have time to just sit there, and now I'm sitting there listing instead of sitting there twiddling my thumbs. So.
And have you found that it works well then around your business then? Because obviously, as a businessman, you'll know that you must make time for this sort of thing, and that's something that I do want to make clear to everybody listening to this, that DS domination is not. It's not a get-rich-quick thing. It's a get-rich-right thing. This is a proper business, and you really should be treating it as a business. And say Skip is a businessman, and he understands that, which is fabulous. So, how do you find that it works around a normal bricks and mortar business? Have you found that it's fitted in well?
It has, and actually, when I first started, I started listing the items that I actually carry in my store along with that. So that was kind of nice because I was able to find items that meshed with what I was currently doing, and then able to advertise to my customers and say, "Look, go find this on eBay. I'm currently selling, XYZ product over there." And then, of course, you realize that you can do anything and start branching off into all kinds of things. So that's where the fun begins.
Well, that's brilliant. So DS is able to not only fit around your other business, but complement it, really.
Oh,
you're
definitely.
able to learn new skills that are going to help with your other business as well.
Right. So I took my downtime, instead of saying, well, I wish customers would walk in the door, I took that and started listing things that were complementary to my business, and then all of a sudden I started making actually quite a bit more money doing my listings than actually having people come in. So it's been a nice addition to be able to put some extra money in the till.
That's fabulous. I love the idea that this business is for so many different people. And it doesn't matter if you are flat broke, already running a successful business, or somebody who is already making money and that wants to learn these skills, that it's all there. I mean, that's brilliant. I mean, you've been with us since October when it first started, haven't you? Now you must have seen some changes in this business. So
I have.
What kind of I know we've got a big change going on at the moment. So do you want to tell the people, the good people out there in internet land, what we're dealing with at the moment, what kind of beast we're dealing with?
It's all I can say is if you've ever looked at it, I have some people that went in and that came in underneath me in the very beginning and looked at it and were kind of like, well, the website was clunky and the software worked and didn't work and all that. And I can honestly tell you, I've been working with the new system now ever since it popped up and became active, and it is a completely different animal. This there's no comparison. This is fantastic. I mean, the way that we can get in there and automate things, the way we can work with our images now that we couldn't before, the listing, just the automation of pulling the description in and being able to edit it right there on the screen on the DS page, just fantastic. And the website looks a lot better too. When you just go to the regular DS website and look at it, it's like,
it is very pretty, isn't it?
Yeah,
I just want to pull Alexis back in again, because I've just seen that while we've been on air, Alexis has actually managed, presumably with the new software, to put up 3 new listings in 20 minutes? That's got to be some sort of record. And I'm guessing that they're all optimized and looking spanky. And tell us a bit about that, Alexis.
Well, there are things that I was searching last night and saved them to wish list so that I could just go back in and grab them and put them right up on, use the new system to go ahead and put them in and put them right up so that I was multitasking and utilizing my time for the next time that I was able to get and sit down. So I'll search from my phone a lot of times.
So that's brilliant. So you've just been able to put 3 listings up in 20 minutes. Yeah. And that's fabulous. I mean, that goes to show you the power of some of the new tools that we've got now. We've had so many new tools roll out in the last couple of weeks that if you have ever been in DS and perhaps you left for whatever reason, now is a good time to come back, because now we're talking full automation now, aren't we? We can Alexis has just put up 3 listings in 20 minutes. You can do that on your lunch break. And we're not talking just thrown up and then having to go back and tweak them later. They're ready to go. They're fully optimized, good titles, fabulous pictures, everything tagged, everything Cassini ready, everything in a format that eBay loves. And you've had help with the keywords and everything, and all this has been done in your back office. Am I right? You didn't have to touch eBay. This was all done in the back office of DS. You hit one button and it pops it onto eBay, no problem. And what's coming up later for us is going to be full order automation. So you've really got no excuse not to work with the DS system, because not only is it going to help you put up the best listing, find your product, put up the best listing possible so you blow the competition out the water, but then when it sells, it will go and order it for you, ship it out to them, tell eBay, hey, look, this thing's gone. Everybody's happy, and all the while, you've been seeing to the kids, sat on the beach, or if you like Skip, trying on his new dress. So Charlie, let's come to Charlie at the end. We've saved the best for last. Mr. Charlie, would you please tell us a little bit about how you came to DS? And have you been listing while we've been on air?
No, I haven't been listing. I've been thinking about my boxes behind here that I got to get packed up and shipped out to Amazon. But anyway.
Ooh, sounds exciting.
Yes. I got started with eBay back in 1999 and sold a variety of stuff. And then around 2012, when I worked at the airport, I lost my job and decided to get serious about selling online, generating income online. And for about a year or so, I spent a lot of money, did a lot of research, and realized, like you said, there's a lot of scamming out there, a lot of trash opportunities. And then I saw a video that introduced me to DS domination, and I said, that's it. That is the business. Because I had owned my own business, and it was employees and taxes and inventory and overhead and just one payment after the. You make a lot of money during the month, but at the end of the month, all the money goes out. So I said, there's got to be a better business. So when I ran across and saw DS domination, I realized that was a perfect business, because here you don't even have to have investing money. You can start off with $20 and start selling any and everything that Amazon has, list it on eBay, and when the person buys it, you take their money and go buy it off Amazon, and Amazon ships it to them. You don't have to pack or ship or have money to buy stuff with. It's just a perfect business. So I jumped in it, right? I mean, all the way, and still doing it, and happy that I got with DSD, because there's nothing better out there. I think this is we're going through some changes, and anytime you go through changes, there's some issues you run across, but those will be worked out. But we still have the most awesome e-commerce platform in the world right now. It's
well, that's
super.
really interesting that you would say that, because obviously you said that you've worked a business and you've worked on eBay without the DS system. Now, presumably, you're finding it a lot easier with the DS system than just randomly posting things on eBay and hoping they sell.
Oh, that's correct, because it's just so easy to take a product that's already selling on Amazon and just list it on eBay and make a profit. But now we can do everything in the back office. We don't have to go to Amazon. We don't have to go to eBay. We can do it right from the back office, and that it's tremendous. I've been in DSD since November 2013, and it just gets better and better. It's like monthly they're coming out with more tools, more improvements, and the communication from the top down is just awesome. The help from the other team members is extraordinary. And so it's always there's just so much coming at you constantly. It's almost overwhelming at times, but.
So you found the support then in the background, because it's all right having somebody come into the DS system, but I'm sure a lot of people out there have got questions about, well, am I going to be left on my own? Is there some help for me? So what would you tell the people who are watching who are thinking, well, that seems all right, but what happens if I've got an issue?
You got several avenues to get your issues answered. You can go and open a ticket immediately to the help desk. You can go to your sponsor. You can go to the DS Domination Facebook page and post what your problem is there, and within 20 minutes you'll get 20 to 40 answers. So there's just, I would say, if you have an issue, just let somebody know and you'll get an answer. I have got an answer to all my questions.
Well, that's good to know, isn't it? Because I know in some businesses you can get started and then that you're pretty much told, that's it, crack on with it, it's your deal now. That's what I really like about DS, is that obviously I'm from a completely different country from you guys, and it works for me in the UK, and we've got a very strong UK leadership, and we've got a very strong UK community, which is fabulous. A lot of us do list in the US because it's a much bigger marketplace. However, we've still got the tools and support to list in the UK if we want to. And I haven't come across another company where people have been so friendly, and it doesn't matter in DS who you joined up with, because everybody will help you out, which is fabulous. I know if I've got an issue, I can hit up one of my friends in DS and they'll say, yeah, sure, I've had that issue, you just do this, this and this, or here's where you go, or hey, you did a great sale today, that's brilliant, well done. I really like the sense of community and the fact that we're so well supported with all these changes that we've got. It's nice to know that we've got the backup, And you know, and I've met some fabulous people through DS. I don't know about you guys, but I have met some absolutely storming people through DS, and I've been lucky enough to go to the events in Vegas and most recently to Dallas, which was a gorgeous, gorgeous place. And I have not met the same caliber of people in any other company than I have in DS, because the people in DS have just, it doesn't matter where you're from, what language you speak, whether or not you're pink, blue, or, you know, yellow with purple spots, they will take you in and, you know, buy you a cup of coffee, and everybody is cool. So, you know, I have to say, you know, I haven't been with another, you know, as friendly company. You know, we're friendly and we have cookies. It's awesome. Come join us.
Well, that's one thing that makes DSD stand out, is that at any other time that I was selling or participating in something, it's I belong to this organization, or I'm with this MLM. But when you're with DSD, like you said, you're with a community, you're with a family, and so there's no divisions, no cliques, or anything like that. Everybody's helping everybody else, and it makes for an awesome adventure. And it's not an overnight thing. You have to work at it. You have to watch the videos, and you have to be consistent. And as you do that, your business will grow. It is an opportunity to have your own business, but you have to treat it as a business.
Now, those are wise words indeed. I mean, I could spend all day shouting that from the rooftops. Please don't treat it like a hobby, because if you do, it'll pay you like a hobby. It's as simple as that. I mean, I don't know, my DS business in the UK, it's got to the point now where I'm able to, before Christmas, I'm going to be moving to the States. I'm going to be moving to Florida, where my family live, and you know, and I've not been able to do that. And I had a chain of stores here in the UK, and I couldn't get a visa based on those stores, and yet I'm able to get my visa to go and live in Florida. With, you know, let's face it, if you're going to pay taxes, you might as well do it in your own, you know, in a sunny country with your own pool. So, you know, I'm able to put that together so I can move out to the States to be with my family somewhere nice and sunny, which isn't, because it's grey and dark and cold and horrible at the moment in the UK. You just don't want to be here. Just stay away. It's fine. But well, you know, I'm able to do that because of my DS business.
That's great. One thing I want to say is I think I got Gayle beat. I don't know exactly what she called her, tinkle rags, or what was that item you sold?
Tinkle turf.
Tinkle turf. Oh, okay. Anyway, just to prove a point, and just to say, if you join DSD and work it, you can sell anything. And I sell a whole range of items. But just to prove a point, I do sell rabbit poop online, and it sells. I ship 50 pounds to Alaska.
So you're trying to tell me that you make money on the internet selling poop?
That is correct.
No, if that's not a stunning endorsement for DS, I don't know. Other people say, well, what kind of, insert expletive here, could you possibly sell on eBay? And we can say, talk to Charlie, because he's the poop expert.
Yep.
You can even sell, and I'm not kidding, people. I have seen on eBay people selling coin purses made out of dried frogs, and they sell. I've seen people selling crocheted underwear. Only underwear is quite a general term. There's not enough crochet for a full underwear. No, they sell. People buy all sorts of crazy poop on eBay, and now you've heard it from Charlie. He does sell poop on eBay.
All right, but it goes further than that, because this Google Hangout is really about pro. You start with DSD, joining at the pro level for $19.95, and you build from there. You learn how to run this first level, then you move to a second level, and you go all the way up. And that's what I'm doing here in the background. Now, when I worked at the airport, I came across a superb cleaning product, and it took me a year for to get the company to let me sell it on Amazon. But now I have that. But the thing is don't put it off. Sign up, $19.95. Start with Pro, learn the process, and just keep going, keep building, keep expanding, and that's the way it's done. Because not only are we learning how to make a profit online, but we're also learning how to get out of debt. We're learning how to build wealth. So this is truly an awesome opportunity, because it's well, you could say get rich quick, and that's what we want to do.
It's a get rich quick, but it's a get rich right, isn't it?
That's
because
correct.
we're building a good, solid business, and you hit the nail on the head there, that we are building, because you do start at Pro, and then you have another package called Elite, which gives you more suppliers, more options, more tips and tricks, and then you build up, and then you can branch out into selling on Amazon, and then you can branch out into bringing in your own brand products right at the top of the tree. So, you know, you've got a way of building. You know, it doesn't matter which way you want to go, because DS will be there to help and support you, and there are people who've done it before, so you can really shorten that learning curve. So I'm just going to go back to you, Alexis. Have you got some words of wisdom? Because, I mean, Charlie has just been a fount of wisdom and possibly poop there. Have you got some words of wisdom for anybody who's watching this going, I'm not sure, it's $20, and, you know, I was going to go out this weekend, but what could you tell somebody that was watching this?
Well, if they were going to get and go out this weekend, it is Monday. So if they would join right now, they could possibly make that $20 back. But go to the person that sent you here today and talk to them, pick their brain, and, you know, decide that this is for you, because this is something that anyone can do. It doesn't take a lot of thought, and if you think too much into it, then, you know, you are going to get ahead and make yourself go crazy over it, because you don't really need to get and think about the products that you're going to get and sell. You just pretty much find them, do about 5 or 10 minutes of research on them, and then post them. But if you're thinking too much into it, then you know, those products most likely aren't going to get and sell, because it's the ones that you put up that you think, oh, that isn't going to get and sell, but I'll just do it anyways. Those are the ones that you sell over and over and over and over again, because people are looking for those crazy products that they can't find anywhere else. So you found it for them, so they're going to go ahead and buy it from you.
Fabulous. So the idea then really is not to overthink this, not think, oh, well, I have to specialise in 50 pounds of poop. I have to specialise in dog toilets. You can sell anything, and I think we've proved that tonight, that you can sell anything on eBay, and this training will just give you the tools you need to do that. How about you, Gayle? Mrs. Dog Toilet Lady there. We've you know, got any animal sanitary tips for us?
Can you hear me? Did I unmute myself? Okay, there are a couple things I wanted to point out. There's only a few ways that you can make really good money on your own, and e-commerce is one of them. And with DS Domination, you don't have to have your own website, you don't have to have your own products, you don't have to really figure out anything. You are using already set up two of the largest multi-billion-dollar platforms on the web, and all you do is you're putting your things on there. It's already set up. There's a lot of people who want to do something. They don't know where to go, how to do it. I was in that position. I was considering making a website and trying to sell stuff on it, and you're basically on your own there and trying to learn from the ground up. This is already set up. This is already, they have experts that have been doing this for a long time. There are people, like I said about those kids, they know all these backdoor things that you know, they know how to do things. They know how to work on the computer. They know how to, what's selling, how to sell it. They're teaching us. They're teaching us all their secrets and tips, and we don't. All we have to do is watch and learn. Watch and do. Watch and do. Copy it. It's the exact thing. It's you just copy what they're doing, and man, I'll tell you, Charlie was right. Talk about community backup. Literally, probably less than 20 minutes. You have a problem, a question, an issue, bam, someone is going to help you. And it doesn't matter who they are, who you are, how long you've been in this. People are out there to help you, and it is a wonderful community. And I just love it. It's like family. It's these people. Oberon, you're right. I've met the most amazing people through DS Domination, and from the people who just started to the leaders. Our leaders are absolutely the most amazing people I've ever seen. Talk about transparent and down to earth, honest. I met Hitesh. He's one of our main leaders, and I was able to shake his hand. That guy is one of the most humble guys, whatever, and most intelligent I've ever met. It's just an awesome company, and this is an opportunity that it's not for everyone. I will admit, not for everyone. Thank goodness, because we wouldn't make enough money if everybody joined. But some people want to be told where to go, what to do, how much money they can make. Some people feel comfortable with that, and that's fine. But I'm at the age where I need to be thinking about retirement. Am I going to have anything left? To live how I want to live. So this here is going to provide me with my dream life, my dream home, my dream everything for me, not only for me, but my kids and their kids. This is something you can pass down, and I'm not going anywhere. I finally found home. After 30 years, I finally found where I belong, and I'm not going anywhere.
That's brilliant to hear, and I love the idea that this is something that you can build and pass on. It's really great. And like I said, I've met people in this business that I'm really proud to call friends, really proud. And I've met them, not just, through DSD, but, we've actually met up and had a cup of tea, and, and I've met some amazing people. So, like I said, for $19.99, are you crazy? So how about you, Sherri? What nuggets have you got for us?
Well, I would just say give it a try. There's no contract or anything, so just try it for a month. And if you make your $20 back plus some, then keep going, because every month since I've started, my profits have increased a little more, a little more, a little more. And I finally made enough that I could buy a plane ticket for me and my kids to go back to Alaska this summer and visit my family. So that was really awesome, because I haven't been back for 2.5 years and I miss them terribly. So just try it out. There's no contract, no, you don't have to meet any sales. You don't have to sell a certain amount of items. You don't have to meet any sales, anything. The Facebook group teams, they're just for support and to answer questions and to help you out. So just give it a try. That's all I got to say.
I love that. I love the idea that you've been able to go back to Alaska to see your family. I've never been to Alaska. It looks really pretty, though.
It's wonderful. I love it.
I'm a bit of a lizard, though. I don't like the cold, so I don't know if it'd suit me.
It was 90 degrees there yesterday, so the summertime is good. The wintertime's not.
Well, that's all right then. My other half is a massive fisherman, so I think we're going to have to go to Alaska at some point.
Oh, definitely.
It's great though that it can pay for. I said it might just pay for a few nappies, or for for me, when I started, it was so I could treat my kids, and now it's taking you back home to Alaska. It's rejoining me with my family in Florida, because I'm the only one left in the UK now, and it's allowing Skip to carry on selling through his water store and online, and Charlie there is just shifting poop like it's going out of fashion. Something there for everybody. And how about you, Skip? You've changed into your lovely dress now.
Yes.
No, still no dress.
No.
Such as a
statement. I guess the thing I was thinking about when you guys were talking was that everything we do in life is a system. For instance, working at McDonald's is a system. If as long as you clock in and clock out, you're going to make money. You're going to get a paycheck. Working at Walmart is a proven system that as long as you show up and you do what you're supposed to do and you punch the clock at both ends, that somewhere in the middle there's a paycheck involved. And DSD is no different. It's a system. It's a system that works. I mean, you look at all the people on the panel, and you might be looking, saying, "Boy, I wish someday I'm gonna want to be able to do that. Someday I want to be able to quit my job and be able to, do what they're doing." We don't have any different videos than you do. If you're in pro and you're looking at the videos, we didn't watch a special behind-the-scenes video that only we got access to. We were at the conference in Dallas, and we watched all those people go up there and get those six-figure checks, and they didn't have a special meeting just for those people that trained them in the ultra ways of doing things, and all of us other people that just pay $20 a month, we get the little stuff and they get all the big stuff. It's not like that. That's what I think is so cool about DSD is we all have access to the exact same training. We all have access to the same videos. We have access to the same Facebook groups. We're all the same. It's just a matter of how much effort you want to put into it. I mean, you can put a little bit of effort into it, and you're going to get a little bit out. Or you can put a lot of effort into it. Like, for instance, my wife is doing this as well, and last Christmas she took the whole family to Disneyland, and we spent about, 8 days or something there. We did the full package, stayed in the resort, and did all that, and that was fully paid for by all of her online e-commerce sales. And then she took what was left over and she put a big down payment on a brand new car for herself. So it's doable, but it's a system, I mean, it's all a part of, it's the same system as being lazy. Being lazy is a system. It's a system that, some people choose, and it's not going to make you a whole lot of money. And so it's kind of like what Gayle was saying. You can choose to work your little 9-to-5 job and do your little thing if that's what you want. But if you want something different, you don't have to look at us and say, well, they probably know something different, or they're probably watching different videos. It's not that way. The system is the same for us as it is for anybody that just joins right now. So.
That's a really good point. We all started the same way, all of us, including those guys on the stage with the big checks, which I wasn't one this year. I think they forgot mine. I don't know how they managed to do that, but mine just didn't make the print run. Rude. But we all started the same way. In the UK, I paid my £12.50, and I remember I paid it out of it was a credit card that I had for emergencies only, and I paid it back from benefits. But now that's not a problem for me. But we all started the same way. We all started by putting our credit card details in, probably a bit nervously. And for me, it was £12.50. In the US, it was $19.99. Now, I've been to Walmart. $19.99, even in Walmart, does not go that far. So, we're not talking life-threatening amounts of money here. We all started the same way. We all watch the same videos. We all get access to the same trainers. We've got fabulous, Kenya, the glamour puss of the dream team. I got to stand next to her at the conference, and I just felt so ugly. we've got Sean Agnew is just an amazing leader. He trains us all now on how to sell on Amazon. We've got access to all these leaders. So in other companies, you might only get the training from the person that you join with. In DS, we're really lucky. We get trained by the top everybody's. We've got Trent, who is brilliant at YouTube. We've got Jesse, who's a blogging master. We've got Aaron Andrews, who can do wonders with email. And Carly, I mean, that woman, you could write a laundry list and she would have it ranked on Google within 5 minutes. The woman is amazing. But we've got all these amazing people in the company, and they don't keep it to themselves. They train everybody through the videos and through Hangouts and through live trainings. We have all this, and we have it weekly. So you've got some of the people who are making 6 figures training you every week. We've all started the same way, but you start the same way. You go back to the person who invited you to this Hangout. You give them your handshake. You get their link and go and join, and then you watch your videos, and then we'll be seeing you at the next conference. And we didn't start any different, but we all start the same, but how the story finishes is down to you, really. So how about you, Charlie?
Okay, short and sweet. I'm going to be real frank and speak from experience because when I lost my job at the airport for almost a year and a half, I was searching the internet for information or just how to start a home-based business, e-commerce business. And I'm not going to tell you how much money I spent and how many hours I was on the internet until I saw the DSD video. But DSD is an open door of opportunity now. And for $19.95, you can get the training videos that will take you step by step and show you exactly how to get started, what to do, when to do it, and what happens if you have issues. It is all there. And it's superb training because, like Oberon said, the training is being done by people who were in the trenches, people who have done this, people who have mastered it. So it's not being done by somebody that hadn't even experienced what we're doing, but by people who are experienced. So the training is fabulous. Or you can take the other route, and that is you can put a blindfold on, plugs in your ear, duct tape your fingers, and then get on the internet and start searching for all the different ways and tips and tricks you need to know to do an e-commerce business. And you can waste a lot of money and time. But for $19.95, it's all right there for you in DSD.
Fabulous points there, Charlie. Thank you very much for just clarifying to everybody that that's what it is. You get it all. You don't have to read around the subject. You don't have to do anything. You just literally watch the videos and copy the videos. And I'm pretty certain they've trained monkeys to do that. So, you know, you've got no excuse, guys. So I think we'll wrap it up. We've been on with you for an hour, and I hope it's probably been one of the most profitable hours of your life, because if you can go ahead and make this work, the world's your oyster. So I want to thank our fabulous panelists. We've had an absolute blast tonight. It's been so much fun. And Sherri, I'm sorry, I'm going to come and steal your baby because she is gorgeous. You have to drop ship me your daughter.
She's a handful. She's spoiled.
I would say the same to you, Alexis, but, you know, 5, you're a better woman than I am, put it that way. So I want to say good night to all the fabulous panelists that have given up their time tonight to speak to you and show you exactly how this little eBay thing has, you know, changed some lives, and it's really puts these people, you know, on a really good path through their life. And, you know, please do, you know, get hold of somebody and ask some questions if you want to know more. I'm Oberon de Monet, if you like this hangout. If you didn't like this hangout, then I'm Kenya Alou. So good night, everybody, and well, it's good night for me. It's good afternoon for you lot, and we will see you on the next Google Hangout.